Hello, Toddbog here with Breaking the Stream, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Conquest of Elysium 4, the Dark Emperor playthrough. Unfortunately, upon doing a recording and uploading it, I found out too late that the audio was bad. So if you watched the episode 13 that was uploaded, the voice on that was terrible. I found out it was due to a power issue on my USB, which I did not figure out until we did our live stream Thursday for EDF. I managed to troubleshoot and figure it out while we were doing live stream. So if you want to hear the difference between my old mic and my current mic, besides checking that video and this video, you'll see the difference. I recorded another video not knowing that my mic was bad as well. So at this point, anyways, I kind of want to show off just a quick synopsis. I moved my lord. He took over the necromancer and eliminated him with this citadel, and then basically just started marching north, and that's all we did last video with him. Over here, we took over this area. They retook over the guard tower, and we were just marching south to possibly eliminate the demonologist, which we could still march to do. But at this point, the Bakemono player is just so powerful. We could defeat him. We would have to pull out several tricks from the book to do so, and it's going to take a lot of time, and honestly it's just not worth your time or my time to go through and do that, as the victory here doesn't really do anything as much because we have achieved our objective of becoming the God Emperor of the Underworld. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few fights here just to see the fun of that, and then maybe we can eliminate our demonologist friend, actually. But I'm going to eliminate all my leaders, and then we're going to go ahead and view the score graph and the map so you guys can see the final result of what we did and everything. But as you can see, my plan originally, if I were going to continue, and I was kind of waffling anyways at the end of this past video, as to whether I was going to just try and hold on to these, let these power up like they did over in the west, and then use that to annoy the enemy and basically just keep capturing their stuff, and either try to cut them off by taking all their strongholds, which would be darn near impossible with the number of armies they had, or basically just keep skirting around and just killing their economy, slowly building up enough armies to do it. It's just not worth it from an entertainment perspective alone. So let's go ahead and march our way down here. We're going to come see what we got there. And essentially, we're going to... Well, let's go ahead and take this whole army out, since we're having fun anyways. Let's see what two assassins, an augur, I guess, and Pud can do against 25. Nope, that's probably going to be a bad thing. Well, let's murder this just for fun, so you can see some assassins go. Here we're going to go ahead and he's got 87 units. He's going to crush us, but what we'll do first is we'll take this, and then we'll see about attacking him. Cestius here was going to be sneaky and kind of sneak around and do damage, taking all this stuff, but at this point, just not worth it. So we'll see what he can do with our army here. So, all right. So I believe that's those. Let's just verify. Let's hit the recruit. So guard tower, nothing. 95 units. We've already cleared. Nobody there. Nobody there. Nobody there. Okay. So that's all good. So let's go ahead and hit end turn. Spells are loud. So yeah, that's something I'm going to bring up in the forum, is seeing if there's a way they can normalize the spell. Sweet. The spell volumes, because yeah, I mean, they probably don't worry too much because most people aren't either wearing headsets or streaming, but since I'm doing both, they do have an effect on me for sure. So alright, so we got an augur, whoopee. Okay, so we took that. We got our 108 units. Let's see if we can eliminate our demonologist friend. Well, we want to see fights. We can't do it right now, but 3 swordsmen there, so we can always see what we can do there. Okay. Go there. They brought out an army. Let's see if we can win against that army, right? Alright, at this point, might as well just do that, just to throw them away. Let's see, what do you got here? Imp Familiar. Oh, he took our outpost back, though, at least. Let's throw some ballistas on there, just so we'll annoy him if he tries to take it. Yep, that's pretty much all we can do there. And we'll go ahead and turn. Yeah, archery. Oh, good. Alright. So you notice the assassination doesn't seem to work when you're attacked, so you have to attack them in order to get that assassination going. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Eliminate him. He ran away. Coward. Alright, we're going to take that. And we're going to watch this. So it all depends on whether this will work here. That's the question. See, this guy's just great. Fiend of Darkness can be summoned, and then they turn to lesser demons, all that stuff. So he summoned... no, it's a Spine Devil. Seeing if I see any Fiends of Darkness here. Oh, we turned that into a Soulless. Okay. Well, we'll just let it go. An ethereal god emperor who causes fear. That's just nasty. The demons or devils do have morale, so they have a chance of being scared. But they ended up burning me down. So as you can see, the even the demonologist with his small stack ended up destroying us. So the interesting thing about this particular map too, and we'll talk more about it obviously in the scoring, because some people might just skip to that, and I'll make sure to provide an update on that. But the interesting thing about all of this, let's see, easiest way would be to, I think if we do that. Do that. Alright, so we have enough to crash there. But the interesting thing about all this with the map is that because there aren't a lot of resources, nobody really got into their tier 3 summons and things like that. So Alright, so I've been eliminated finally, so we get to see the score graphs and view the map. So let's reveal the map first and kind of see what we've got here. So this is what we were running into. So we knew about the Bakemono player being up here. He retreated from up there, so started moving his armies to try and eliminate me. But he had just so many armies, and some were tiny like these here. But these guys here were our bane. The wind's power is just so good. It strikes anywhere. 1 to 4 damage plus stun. And, you know, you get so many of them doing it. And because of the resource cap, they weren't doing their larger summons, so they were just getting a ton of those, which is that moderate summons. And so that was really effective against the armies that we had and everything. So this is all they had left here. But as you can see, they got magic items galore because... well, we had them first. This is another army. This is a doom stack at this point. I couldn't actually destroy this if I wanted to. This army was pretty easy to fight, but it's only going to get bigger. This one right here is a moderate-sized army. Another moderate-sized army. So they had me outnumbered in just such a large way. And, you know, they were just growing more on every mine they controlled. Another moderate-sized army with some of the wind guys. I was just defending. So as you can see, tons of troops. So there's a way around it, you know, again. But the unfortunate thing is that it looks like they would just get more powerful than me, and it would be a race, and they win because they're cheating, essentially, which is fine. That's where some of the challenge comes from at this point. But overall, the map was really cool. I liked it. The lack of resources, though, definitely transformed the end game on this one compared to a lot of the other end games we see. It was very surprising to not see a bunch of Tartaran spirits for the Necromancer, for instance, or the Demonologist running around with out Hellhounds, or I forget what their heavy infantry are, but those guys are really good too. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting map. We took it. It was the first time we did a little safe scumming, only because we started here and the capital was here, and that was our whole goal. We did become Dark Emperor, and then we did become the Lord of the Underworld, which was really cool. So I was very happy that we at least achieved our objective here. We saw what a Senator win looks like already. That mid game is going to be your key. If you can rush and tamp down, just like we did over here, we got the Dryad Queen down before she could get super powerful. Unfortunately, I had to pick between the Bakemono player and the Demonologist, and I'm more fearful of the Demonologist because they have so much that's great, as you saw with this army here, versus the Bakemono, which still had effective forces, but they had to spam them. So that was good. But let's go take a look at the score graphs here. So as you can see in the score graphs, we're green as usual. We're just a nice steady increase. And here it says we're about even. That's not true. That's an army strength. And the only reason that's not true is that my army doesn't have the range 8 attacks that they do. So that was big. But as you can see, our Demonologist was just peaking at the charts. He was more powerful than I ever was at one point, but we managed to do a few fights, took over a few of his citadels, and that really brought him down to earth. Some of our other players, the Dryad Queen, the Illusionist, yeah, never really got started. Can't even see him on this graph here. Oh, there he is. Yeah, right there. He died early. The Dryad Queen I snuffed out early, so that was good. The Druid did get some pretty powerful forces together, but ultimately never got out of his starting area. Probably because this Necromancer, even though he was weak, had a 700 stack of troops just roaming around that area, so they would never engage, and then they would never be able to leave because that 700 stack is hanging around. So, and then the Demonologist, as we saw. So, Citadels. As you can see, the Bakemono player kept getting enough citadels to control. The Demonologist, especially, when he took over the Druid hut, that really killed my strategy of beheading the Demonologist, so I had to spend more time and resources to chase him down if I wanted to, and that just killed it. Gold income, as you can see, we actually made pretty good, as we should, as the Senator, because we get some great bonuses to our gold. But overall, because we spent that 600 gold right about here to get ourselves the Dark Emperor title, that put us way behind on the power curve, and that ended up being the difference here. Instead of being able to chase all those Bakemono armies away or defeat them, I instead let them grow too much. Iron income, pretty straightforward. As you can see, the Bakemono player is going to have a lot of them because they focus on those. Herb income, the Druid was there, the Dryad Queen was not, so pretty much expected. No fungus, sacrifices, yeah. Again, not a lot because the map wasn't providing them a lot, so that really hurt their sacrifice income because you really need those villages, and there weren't a lot of villages on the map because villages give you 3 sacrifices, and your things are pretty pricey, so they kept spending them right when they were getting the income instead of getting that bonus income. Hands of Glory, some diamonds for gems for our poor Illusionist. Trade income, not a lot of trade on the map, so couldn't overcome it with that, and then nobody had relics. So yeah, it this was a fun game. I really did enjoy it. It was good. We got our objective achieved. The thing is for the Dark Emperor is you got to have the advantage on the map. The 600 gold's a big cost to pay. And so the balancing act is if you want to get the God Emperor so you can actually use him, you end up putting yourself in a bit of a handicap anyways. So you either get the God Emperor when you don't need him and you just play around with him for fun, or you get him early at a handicap and then you have to find ways to utilize him best to eliminate your opponents. So it might have been good for me to throw him against some of those Bakemono armies. He might have been able to overcome them, but it was hard to tell because he had enough of the magical attacks with those demons, the Oni, in order to overcome etherealness, and so he would have probably gone down pretty quickly. So, but you know, those are lessons learned. So, Dark Emperor, best route and strategy again is to run it in a Fallen Empire society, and then you can basically get to the Fallen. What do you call it? Capitolium, the haunted Capitolium. And if you declare yourself Emperor there, you become the Dark Emperor. You do lose out versus the regular Emperor, so I'm not sure which one I like better. I'll have to go back and look at my Emperor, or when I became Emperor in the other Senator playthrough, and kind of compare the two. Being able to marry is a huge benefit for being a regular Emperor instead of the Dark Emperor. Because then you can have two gods. Both the Empress and the Emperor can undergo apotheosis. So that's a huge boon there. So, but yeah, it was fun. We got to see it. Thanks again to all the people who commented. And the next playthrough we do is going to be the Baron. So I'm looking forward to that playthrough, and hopefully I'll be able to bring that to you soon. So with that, as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties on the 13th episode. I've marked it with the bad audio in the title, just so that you guys are aware of it. But you know, definitely achieved our objective, and there's no reason to grind in a possible unwinnable situation. So that's what we did. All right, and I'll bid you guys farewell.